Hello and welcome back this week. How have you been? Hope you've all been okay. So in the garden, I just want to show you what's happening in the Polytunnel. Obviously nothing at the moment. It's still a little bit of a mess down there, but I want to show you the messy area that I've got down there because everyone has one. It's not all perfect. Yeah, let me know how you've been, what you've been doing in the garden, and I'll show you what's going on. I'm going to do a few jobs and show you what the wind has done with the garden. So yeah, we'll nip out there as well. And I'm just having a nice cup of tea. I'm going to get one with a W on for Wellies. I'm going to nip back to the shop and get one of those. I'm going to have to crouch. Lean. So what I've done is I've cut up my eldest's bed because I haven't cut it up because I wanted to use it as a potting bench. I've cut it up because it was getting a new... We'll just hold it like that. I need some string. God, it's like a game of Twister. Right. Got that. Let's put that up there. Bear with me. That's better, isn't it? Yay! Also in here, I have got the... I'm going to go and get it so I can show you. These. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, and these are Chilean guava berries, and they're absolutely beautiful. If you get a chance to get one, or a few, get some, because they're really nice. I mean, the leaves are lovely, right, like tiny little leaves. They will flower, and the flowers like a white and a little bit pinky, and the berries are pale pink as well, and they're absolutely delicious. So I'd highly recommend getting one of these. We just end up just eating them rather than making them into anything, but they're really, really tasty. The flavour is it's like a strawberry sherbet, but with a hint of citrus in it. So it is really, it's like nothing you've ever tasted before, but I do highly recommend getting them. So I'm going to plant mine, like I say, in a hedge. I'm going to have to find somewhere in the garden to start this hedging. I do have a hedge at the back, and that's got blackberries in it, which does need a little bit of TLC at the moment, so it's because it's running wild, so I'll have to sort that out. But yeah, I'm quite excited. That's another project to do, create the edible hedge. I'll just show it you like this, because as you can see, the other one was all tied up because it's just been transported, but when I let go, it creates a really nice sort of quite a wide area there, isn't it? So it could fill quite a few gaps in your garden with this. It's lovely. Also, they are hardy as well. I think they're hardy to about -10. We've got to get the right variety, because there are a couple of varieties of Chilean guava. Losing all the compost. It's Myrtus. What happened to my voice then? It's Myrtus ugni. It is. And I got these from Direct Plants, which I've had some brilliant plants off them as well. The black currants that I got off them, they were absolutely huge. They were like grapes. It was brilliant. So I'll have to show you those, because I'm going to be moving all the plants into the fruit and veg cage as well. But these aren't. Obviously, these are going to go outside. And I'll have to show you what I'm doing with these. Right, so plans for the polytunnel. I've still got some vines to get rid of there, but they'll go in the compost. They were from the tromboncino squash, which were fantastic. I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to build a proper frame this time. I'm trying to hang them up with string, and it was just too heavy and it all collapsed. They did do fine, just trailing. I did just leave them trailing, and they were absolutely fine, but try and do it properly and build a bit of a frame. And then we've got I've got eldest a new bed, So his old bed is going to be made into some staging and some potting benches, I think. I'm going to do that. That's another project to do. So I don't want to waste it. It's really, really good wood, really thick wood. So I'm going to do something with that. And I'll show you down there, which is the old bunk beds of my boys, which have been in for about 7 years now, and they're falling to bits. But some of the wood is still actually okay, so I'm going to do some other projects with that. So you'll have to see what I end up doing with those. New shelving. I've got some shelving that I bought last year, which I'm going to be moving. I have actually left it in the house because I've been using it for all the seeds that I start off at the end of February. I've just been putting on those shelves in there, so the living room ends up with about 130 plants in there, trying to manoeuvre them from window to window to try and get the sun and the warmth. They were actually supposed to come in here with the shelving, but I never got round to it, so I've just left it in there. So lots of clearing up to do in the polytunnel. Some of it it's just that area really. All the rest of it is okay. I've been putting on some compost, and I've actually got a bag of soil conditioning manure there as well, so I'm going to empty that out because I think I'm going to do squash in these beds again. I might do a little bit of salad leaves, but I'm going to do squash in there again, and obviously squash love manure, well rotted manure, so I'm going to have a couple of bags on there. I'm just looking at the state of the polytunnel. It's outside, isn't it, that? And it's really... I'm at it again, and I really need to scrub this polytunnel. I need to get a soft brush, don't I? See, it's a beautiful day as well today. I could have done it today. But it's been absolutely pouring down for the past few days, and just had storm after storm after storm. So yeah, that's a job to do because it's getting a bit muggy. Here are my children's bunk beds from about 7-8 years ago, and they were quickly put together. Ooh, messy corner! Into staging. So and they're falling to bits now, especially down here. I'll just show you down here. As you can see, it's all buckling and bending now. So I'm going to get rid of those. I could actually form them into something else. Some of these bottom bits I'm not going to use, but these other slats and things like that are actually, still quite sturdy. Strawberries I need to sort out. Got some strawberries down here in pots that I separated. They were in just one pot, and I had 2 pots of them, and I separated them out last year. And I ended up with about 6 pots of strawberries because I separated them, so they're doing all right. Those just need to give them a bit of water because I've not had a water in a while. I've just got to keep an eye on things in polytunnels because obviously they don't get any water. And over winter you think, oh, it's horrible weather and everything like that, but obviously nothing's getting watered in here, and they don't need as much because it's not as warm, so just a little bit of watering. So what I'm going to do with these strawberries here is, obviously there's a lot of dead leaves now over winter, so we will pull them off and just give them a nice tidy up. As you can see, look, I've got blackberry that's deciding to grow through here. I don't know where that's coming from. To find out. So yeah, I'm just going to take all these. These are great, and the compost as well. But we've got some lovely leaves, lovely little baby ones down there. So we'll clear all this, and then we can see the new growth for this year. We'll clear all them up, and then just give them a little bit of a water because it doesn't feel too bad actually. But I haven't watered in months and months, so need to give them a little bit of a watering. As you can see down here, I'd had some going in to make new plants, like a little plant factory, baby making factory of strawberry plants. As you can see, another little pot down there as well, and that's growing really well. Let's look at that one. So I've put a little runner into a small pot. It's actually stuck into the ground, into a weed resistant membrane, but look, that is huge. Look at that from a runner. Let's move these weeds out of the way. So I've done it a few times, so yeah, once I get rid of these, it'll just look so much better in this area, and I can manoeuvre them around a little bit. So what I've been doing this week I've just been working on the garlic video, so I thought to do a little bit of a quick guide really on garlic planting. So I quickly filmed it and then thought, you know, I'm just going to put this in a little separate snippet so you can easily access it rather than watching a huge 20 odd minute video. You can just quickly nip on there and have a quick guide on planting and growing garlic. Now, I haven't grown garlic for about 6 years. I think about 6 years, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know. There's no reason. I love garlic, absolutely love garlic. But I found these ones in the sale, and I think they were only about 10p for 2 bulbs. So, and I got loads of cloves off them. So I'm going to have hopefully have quite a bit of garlic that I planted in the veg truck. Keeps it away from the plot. No reason why. It's just that the plot gets absolutely full of everything else. So I've just thought, well, I'll use that veg truck along with my salads and put it in there. I'm going to make some nice garlic soup with a nice cheesy crouton. Oh yes, that'd be nice. And some onions. I've done some onions in there as well, some red onions. So I think I had about 50 of those, but I didn't plant them all, so I've run out of space in there. So I might try and get away with planting them. A bit late now because it should have been done in December, but we'll see how it goes. If I just have little sprigs, I can just have the little sprigs, can't I? But yeah, onion soup. I've got a thing for soups. I haven't had any soup for ages, but no, onion soup, that'd be nice with a cheesy crouton. It's got to have a nice crispy cheesy crouton on top. Oh, so yeah, now I'm hungry. I have to go make some tea. Tea as in food, not cup of tea. That up north we call it tea. We have breakfast, dinner and tea, or breakfast, lunch and tea. And then you can have some supper at the end, bit of cereal at the end. But yeah, up in Lancashire we call it tea. Because I have so many people comment and get back to me to say, tea, what you having kale for your tea? You having kale in tea, in a cup of tea? No. So here we are at the top end, and as you can see, here is a load of dead nettles, so I'm going to cut them back, but I do actually leave the nettles in here just because it's I use them for nettle teas and nettle soups and things like that. So it's a really nice, it's not a really nice patch because it's a great big patch of nettles, but it's a nice little area that I'm going to keep for that. I mean, they just keep coming back, so really it's not my choice. They're just doing it because they want to be there, and there's nothing I can do about it really. I've cut them back before and they just keep coming back, so that's my lovely little nettle soup area. So it sounds better, doesn't it, than just a great big patch of weeds. So as you can see, that's lots of space down there to do all the planting and things like that. I'm going to utilise this area a little bit more this year. All down there was my tomatoes last year, so I'm going to do the same again. A few in here, not as many as I did do last year, I don't think. I think I'll do more outside as well and space them out. I think I'll do maybe the same amount of varieties, which I did do quite a few different varieties, so I might do the same amount of varieties but less of each one, because it was just crowded, it was just too crowded. So yeah, I'll have a bit of a bench. All down here was tomato plants, and I just had a couple of walkways down to get to them. But and I have these shelves at the back here that are full of herbs and things. So we'll do the same again, I think, with those. I look like a lion. I've been out in the rain. It's made my hair all curly, all wavy. Put you back up here. I'll have to string you back up. And my face, look. I mean, why is it doing that? Why is it making it bright white? I'm like one of them cocoons. Not a film cocoon, bright white. Right. lunges, garden exercises. Hoo-yah. Goat. Right, so cleaning up. So there we go, I'm going to put that in the compost and that'll break down nicely in there. Plant label there, so what I'm going to do with these, I wash them. I use them every year, these plastic ones, and I know a few people don't like to use plastics, but I've had these for years and years and years, so it's pointless now just throwing them away and binning them, because that's just wasteful really. So I always wash them and I write on them in pencil, because I find that pen just completely vanishes, whether it's inside, outside, it just vanishes over the year. So I write on in pencil, and yeah, I've just been using them and using them. Sometimes when you buy the cheaper ones, they snap as you use them for the next year, but some of them are quite sturdy, so they've been absolutely fine. The wooden ones, like the lollipop sticks, I find that they just rot. They'll be all right for the first year, but I think we keep watering and things like that, they just end up rotting. And I don't know, and then I don't want to keep buying wood over and over and over, because I think, well, you're cutting down trees to do that in the end, and you just keep doing it over and over and over, you know, to, you know, not really reusable. Mine have never been reusable. Let me know if yours have. If yours have been absolutely fine, that's you know, that's good. But like I say, I'm just reusing these. It'll end up, you know, discolouring a little bit in the sun, but a good scrub and they will be fine. So yeah, I've got them dotted about everywhere, so I need to pick all those up and reuse them again. And obviously, like this, we've still got, I mean, I'm going to give it a wash anyway, but as you can see, you know, it's still got the name on it in the early purple aubergine. I didn't have aubergines growing there, so I'll turn it over. I've been using both sides. Tromboncino, there you go. So yeah, use both sides of them, and I need to just clear up that little bit of an area there. As you can see here at the back, I've got lots of ferns that appear, and they do look nice in spring and summer. They just look a right mess, don't they, in winter? So I'll just tidy up that area a bit. Looks like they're coming back, some of them. I've got weeds for England in this garden, and I think that it doesn't help that I live near a forest and it just blows everything over, I think, in my garden, and I just end up with giant award-winning weeds, I think, in it. I mean, they have the place, you know, it's they're good for, like I said, for the nettle teas and the dandelion jams. Dandelion jam is beautiful, so I've made that before with the petals, and you can make coffee with the roots as well. I've not tried that yet, but that sounds quite interesting. And you can use dandelion leaves for salads. Sometimes, well, the ones I tried were quite bitter, so I prefer a nice sweet leaf, really. But look at the state. Stud. I really need to get this tripod sorted. Let me know any good makes of tripod that I can use, and then I'm not sellotaping your ceiling and stuff like that in my next videos. As you can see, the garlic's popping up now, isn't it? It's actually raised itself up, because I did plant it about 3 centimetres deep, but it's popping up now, and the onions are there, just falling away. Patio's looking nice. Just a few that's been nibbled on, but you can expect that. We always end up with nibbled anyway. The thing that I wanted to show you is, because we've had so much wind going on here, is the cover of the veg truck is just blown off completely. It's just lifted up, the whole frame's lifted up, and gone a bit wayward. Wedged itself into the herb garden there. So it's parked itself up against this fig tree here, which is a ice crystal fig, which is really nice. It's got like ice crystalline leaves there, they're quite pretty actually. And then we've got the quince there with my little bug hotel. But yes, it's just parked itself there, so I think I might just leave it because it is still quite windy at the moment and it's not moved for a couple of days as that, so I'm just going to leave it off. And it's watering all the veg with the rain, so we're going to take it off anyway. Let's see how they're doing. Let's have a look at everything else is doing. Still oriental leaves looking really nice. I'm going to have to pick some of those. Pick a few of those for a bit of salad. Thanks again, and I shall see you next week. Bye.